Dad, I think I got scammed.
You what? Who did this to you? I'm gonna take him out.
Hey guys, so that's not exactly how it went down, but I did almost get scammed at the card show. If you go back and watch my first card show vlog/pickup, you can see the cards that I traded for. And if you notice at the end of the video, I go over all the cards that I picked up, and those were actually not in the video. So today we're gonna be going over those cards and what actually happened about that trade. So I'm walking around the show, and I walked past this guy's table. He had some really nice cards, some interesting ones that I was interested in. The one that caught my eye the most was this Kobe jersey patch. Since, you know, I'm a Lakers fan, I like Kobe. He asked me, like, who's my favorite player, and I told him LeBron, because I'm also a big LeBron fan.
The king?
So, he had this nice Kobe jersey patch and a nice LeBron jersey patch, and I was interested in both of those.
So you're looking at these cards, and at some point, does he ask to see your cards?
He asked me if I'm interested in trading for them. I felt pressured, but I said yes, thinking I'm not going to be able to trade for these cards because I thought they were super high end. So he's looking at my cards, and he picks out some ones that he likes.
So he picked out some card that he likes, but he also shared with you like what he thought these cards were worth, the Kobe and LeBron. Can you talk about that real quick?
So he said the Kobe card, he said that one was like $300, and the LeBron, he said that was $200. But I found out that this guy does not check comps on eBay. He goes off what he paid for them. So he paid $300 for the Kobe and $200 for the LeBron.
You did not check to verify the comps that he said. Is that
And
correct?
so something that you do not want to do at a card show and you're trading or buying is you need to check comps, because no one wants to pay overpriced, and then now you're too much invested into that card, and now you have to hold it, or you're just eventually gonna have to lose money on it. So always check comps on eBay before you make a trade or buy stuff. It's one thing I regret.
He picks out some cards that he likes. He proposes the trade, but at that time, you thought that you were still getting a good deal. Is that correct?
Yeah, I thought I was gonna get a good deal because the cards I was trying to trade for, you know, I thought they were $500 in value, and the ones that I'm giving up was like $375 to $400. So I'm thinking if I could do this trade, and I could flip those cards for $500, I'm making like $125 profit. So I was happy about that.
What's up, Red? All right, so you make the trade, and I remember when you made the trade because you were excited at the show, and we get home, and then what happened?
So I made the trade, I'm excited about it, and then we get home, and I'm interested to see what these cards are going for. So the first card I checked was a LeBron, and I was super bummed because I found prices from $20 to $50. So I was like, oh my gosh, what did I just do?
It's like $20 when you were told that it was worth about $200.
So that guy's like $180 off almost.
And what did you find on the Kobe? Or did you?
Well, for the Kobe, there was actually no sales raw because both these cards were raw. But we did find a PSA 9 sold for $400. So I'm thinking if a PSA 9's for $400, I doubt the raw version is gonna go for $300. Not even $250. I didn't think it would go for, but usually when you grade a card, it gets a 9. You're gonna get about, if it's a good card, you're gonna get probably $200 to $300 more.
So you check the comps. You're bummed. You're mad. You're having a lot of feelings. Then what happened?
I came to you and I was like, I'm stupid.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
I don't know what I was doing. I was just super mad and upset. Most of the cards that I had, I either traded for or I bought them. So I used my own money or my own cards to trade for them. Instead of someone buying for me, I was upset that I did that trade when it's like your own money or your cards.
So that's when Parker does come to me. And, I don't know exactly all the details about this trade, but I always want to assume that, that there was good intentions here and that this guy was not trying to rip off my kid. And this guy had also made a trade with my youngest son, Sloan. And, he made a trade that he didn't have to do. And I don't know if he probably still made money. Maybe it was an even trade, but I felt like it was a favor that he did for my son. So, and I've seen the guy before. So before I messaged this guy, I want to do some of my own research, to see to verify the cards that my Parker traded for. I want to find out the cards that he gave up, and these were the cards. So we had like a Luka, Donruss, rated rookie PSA 9. We had a Zion Optic rated rookie BGS 9, and then there was the LaMelo SGC 9.5, and there also was a Bam at a Bayou, which I think was a PSA 10. But that one did have I think had a cracked slab. As I'm doing my own research, and I find a lot of the same things that Parker finds, and to the best of my ability, I had valued the cards that he received at about 150. And maybe we could have gone up. The cards that we actually looked at, so the Kobe patch, the only sale that we could find actually wasn't a PSA 9, it was a PSA 10. Yeah, so it was a PSA 10 that has sold for 440. So I'm thinking PSA 10 selling for 440, a raw, I just didn't see that selling for 300. I don't know. And as I'm messaging this guy, I want to make sure that he knows that I'm newer to the hobby as far as valuing, pricing, all this stuff. So I am, doing my best trying to come up with comps that I think are fair. And I went on and looked at all the sales of the cards, that my son had given him. So I had valued Parker's cards at about 270, and the cards that he received at 150. Maybe it wasn't initially as bad as what we had thought, but still didn't seem like it was a good deal. So luckily, while I was at the show, I was able to get this guy's Instagram. So I had that, and I messaged him on Instagram, and he messaged me right back. And that's the point where it's I wanted to get on the phone and just kind of hear it from his perspective. Before I jumped on this call with this guy, because I know this is going to be a hard conversation. I don't know how this guy is going to take it, but he was willing to get on the phone. And I wanted Parker to sit in on the call so he could hear me as I was talking to this guy. But before I took this call, I needed Parker to answer a question so that so we just knew at the outcome. So what do we talk about with that?
He asked me, what do I need from this guy? What do I want? And I answered, I want my cards back, and if you've already sold them, I either want cash or potentially another card that could replace it.
And that was, I think, very, very important, because at the end of the day, we're trying to work out a resolution, on this situation, is clearly identifying what do you need. Because I said, hey dude, what if you already sold the cards? What if your cards are gone? He doesn't have them anymore. Then what? I go, what happens if he sold off one of the cards or two of the cards? Then what do you need? And so that was very important. And I do remember during that conversation, the guy asking, what does he want? What does Parker need at the end of the day? So after we have this very uncomfortable conversation, how did it end up? What happened?
So the guy actually ended up being super understanding. He was super nice. He ended up giving me my cards back, and he was just very understandable, if that's a word.
It works.
Okay. So he was just very understanding and very helpful. He ended up giving me my cards back, and he actually ended up selling the Bam Adebayo. He was very generous, and he offered to give me $50 for that card. So I felt that I found that very, very, very helpful and very nice.
Kind of restored your belief, because I know initially you thought that he was he tried to scam you. I mean, that's what it felt like. And I know for me, I think you probably felt the same way. The Kobe card, that was one thing. But on the LeBron, when somebody tells you that it's worth 200 and you go check comps and all you get is 20, and I think one of the last sales that I found, I still got the screenshot, and one of the last sales that I found on that card was $18 back at that time. That doesn't make you feel very good. It does not make you feel very good. So it was really hard to wonder, was this guy being legit, or was he really trying to take advantage of a young, soon-to-be young man? Mm-hmm. So after that call, I arranged to meet with him, drove to Starbucks, and he had the cards, he had the cash. I brought back his cards. We made that deal.
I found out that he does not check comps on eBay, like I said earlier. He just goes off his receipts, he said. He said he doesn't sell on eBay, so he just goes off what he pays for. much. If you're gonna collect cards, you can't go off what you pay for them. You gotta go off what they're going for.
So I think what we definitely learned, both learned, and I've told Parker this, is you can always trust, but you also got to verify. You got to verify. But the reason that I wanted to record this video, when I really wanted Parker to record this video, because at one point Parker said that he felt pressured to do the trade. Chances are, if you're watching this, maybe you're Parker's age, maybe you have a son that's Parker's age. He was making a trade, felt like that he knew what he was doing, felt confident, but he has an adult, a man that was 2 to 3 times his age. And when you get into a situation like I think Parker shared with me that he felt like he was letting this guy down because he mentioned he might be willing to do the trade, and then if he's trying to back out, it's like, oh, you just feel like you're in the wrong now. And a lot of kids can feel pressured. So it was definitely a very tough learning experience, but it was a learning experience for me. It was a learning experience for him, and hopefully it's something that we both learned from won't happen, and hopefully it won't happen to you too. Anything else you want to say before we close this out?
Subscribe and go watch the last card show vlog. It's amazing.
It is amazing. It is off the hook. You got a great videographer, didn't you? The guy behind the camera. That's me. All right, y'all. Hope you enjoyed this video. Pop One Sports Cards. Until next time.
Peace.
Peace.